Hey, it is BessieLB and I am back again with another episode on the best way. Today we're going to be doing a made up dish. So, as I told you that there's going to be segments that's going to be on comparisons of the cheap version versus the high quality version, organic version if you will, and then there's going to be segments on whatever you got up in your kitchen, your refrigerator, your pantry, pull it out and make it do what it do. So that's what today's episode is going to be on. We're going to be making up a dish that I've already done before, so I was able to kind of perfect it and put my little twist on it and give my little input on if I like it, if I don't like it, how I want to twist it up. So let me show you what we're going to be making today. Today we have some spicy Italian sausages, okay? So this is what I get from Trader Joe's. As a lot of y'all know that watch my reviews, I'm obsessed with Trader Joe's. So most of these items come from Trader Joe's and you could definitely purchase it there or other places, but a lot of it will come from Trader Joe's. So there's the spicy Italian sausage. Then we have this here, the roasted corn, okay? Roasted corn, as you can see, I already have it open because I've used it quite a bit, but this roasted corn is one of the key staples in the ingredients. The next ingredient you want to make sure that you have is petite fingerlings potatoes, okay? So it doesn't have to be these exact ones, but I like this like ultimate mix, so I think that is perfect for this type of dish, and you'll see why. I have used whole russet potatoes before, so that's definitely an option, but I do like that these are baby petite potatoes because I feel like it's easier as far as it being bite-sized. So the next ingredient you want to make sure that you have is the queso cotija grated cheese, okay? So this is like a grated cheese. I got mine here from a Kroger, but I'm sure you can get it probably anywhere, especially in LA. There's a lot of kind of like Mexican tradition ingredients that you can get from the grocery store. I will tell you that I do prefer this over Parmesan grated cheese for this particular recipe, okay guys? So I would say get this if you can. If you can't, Parmesan grated cheese is good too. So let me show you the other things that we got. We got some Brussels sprouts. Now, I did have to buy these Brussels sprouts whole. If you're trying to make this a quick meal, I would suggest getting the Brussels sprouts from Trader Joe's that's already pre-shredded and cleaned. I would rather those because these are not going to be in small pieces as I would prefer them to be. But needless to say, we needed it for this recipe, so I went on ahead and grabbed some whole Brussels sprouts is what you want to grab. And you only need a little if it's for yourself, but if it's for a whole family, then you want to get quite a bit. The other key ingredient inside of here with the queso cheese is sriracha, okay? So this is the standard sriracha that I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen, green cap. This is Trader Joe's sriracha, okay? So let me just tell y'all a quick review for you. This sriracha here is definitely different than this sriracha. This sriracha here is spicy, guys. When I say spicy, I mean spicy. Now, I'm someone that likes spice, but I don't know what Trader Joe's did. They probably put a little extra oomph up in this sriracha here, because this sriracha here is a lot spicier in my personal, maybe not a lot, but a good amount of kick compared to this sriracha. Also, we also know that sriracha, or not sriracha, but any products from Trader Joe's, we know they try to have less additives, less fillers, and all that good stuff. So this does taste slightly different, but I can tell you, I don't know that my stomach can coat this because I do feel like it's a little bit of like burning sensation, but it's good. But that's also because I'm developing like a weaker stomach. I used to been eating hot sauce since I was like 2 years old, so that could be why. So that's just a little review on the comparison of srirachas, and that's why I pulled them both out, okay? So we have all of those ingredients, and that's what you're going to need for this dish. Stay tuned and watch me prepare. Okay, so because we do have the whole Brussels sprouts over the pre-shaved Brussels sprouts, I washed them off already, and what we'll do is you know, just prepare them. Just cut them up kind of like how you'll cut let's say cabbage, because you know, at the end of the day, Brussels sprouts just look like little baby cabbages. That's all that they really are. So I would just say cut them up in like small pieces, because I feel like that's what's going to allow you to enjoy them a little bit better. And also, Brussels sprouts allow you to kind of flake them away the way that you can with a cabbage. So I would say just cut that off and try to like have them be into like little pieces within themselves. That way you make sure you have like a good amount of them when you're cooking them. And I would just say kind of make them like that. You know what I mean? Just little pieces. And then you'll just continue to do that, only because unfortunately, you know, if you're not able to get those shaved ones, this is unfortunately the process of what you got to do. But, you know, whatever. Fresh Brussels sprouts versus shaved, already prepared, same thing. They're both fresh. They're not frozen, anything of that nature. Both obviously very beneficial. And yeah, so you just do that. So as you can see here, first of all, you always want to make sure you got you a little towel, because honey, your hands is forever gonna be getting dirty and whatever else. But as you can see here, I rinsed off my little petite potatoes. They're already, you know, ready to go. I already cut up my Brussels sprouts here, so I have them sitting and, you know, ready to go. I did drizzle a little bit of avocado oil. This is the avocado oil that I use. I get it from my little local market. It's a little Armenian store, which I love, because this is a 33 ounce and I only pay like $7-8 for it. So I use a lot of avocado oil. And if you don't know, avocado oil is actually one of the higher oils that's really, really good for high heat, so frying, things of that nature. So that's a little tidbit for avocado oil. I usually try to use healthy oils just because that's just a thing for me. So you have your Brussels sprouts already cut and ready, and I drizzled a little bit of avocado oil on here just to kind of help them out, because you will know that Brussels sprouts is similar to cabbage, where it can get a little texture chewy type if you don't kind of cook them the right way. Okay, so I got the little oil just sitting there, and then I'm gonna show y'all the spices in a minute of what I use for this dish. But basically, you want to just take your potatoes. Like I said, you don't have to use petite potatoes, but you basically want to use any potato and get them to be in small chunks as much as possible, because I feel like that also allows it to cook evenly and properly. Because I know if you don't cook potatoes right, then you know they kind of get a little bit of I don't know, they're just hard and crunchy, and nobody want no potatoes like that, honey. You want your potatoes to be nice and soft and, you know, got a little fluff to them. And this is interesting too, because this is one of the, like, you know, purple type of potatoes. So you can use, honestly, any potato that is your preference. I switch them up every now and again. Usually I use like a big rusted potato, but you know, I'm starting to realize that these little ones are a lot easier to just get them to little pieces, little bite sizes, and it's perfect for this dish. So let me just show you. They're just, you know, just little pieces of potato, which is perfect for, you know, once you're eating them. So yeah, you just go on ahead, cut up your potatoes, leave your Brussels sprouts to the side. Like I said, if you already get the ones that's already small and shredded and all that good stuff, then you don't have to worry about it. But if you don't, then you gotta prepare how I'm doing it right now. So yeah, just keep watching and you will see the rest of what I add into this made up but delicious dish. Okay, so there you have it. You have your potatoes nice and ready to go, and you can go ahead and toss them inside of here if you want with the Brussels sprouts, or you can keep them separate. I would say keep them separate if what you prepared for Brussels sprouts and potatoes is not something you plan on cooking all at once. But if you're going to cook it all at once, then there's definitely no problem to go on ahead and toss it in there. But for now, I'll just put it in its own separate bowl because I have prepared quite a bit that I'm not going to eat in one serving. So I'm going to separate them, put them in their own bowls, and we'll continue to prepare. So now that we have the Brussels sprouts and the potatoes ready, again, you just keep those to the side. You don't have to add anything into the potatoes because, you know, you'll do all of that at the end. Now you have your spicy Italian that you want to kind of get ready. They're already fully cooked. If you see here, they're already fully cooked sausages, so you don't really have to cook them for a long time. It does suggest broil, barbecue, pan fried for 12 to 14 minutes on medium, but I'm going to show y'all how I prepare them. So by the way, I also, just a little tidbit for you, I also use a separate cutting board. So I got 4 of these different color cutting boards, and I use the pink and the purple for meats, and I use the green and the blue for vegetables. I don't know, I kind of was shown from, you know, the old school folks, you know, just to kind of keep them separate, just for your own mind's sake. But obviously, if you're washing your cutting boards, it may not be that big of a deal, but I was just always told to just separate them. So that's another little tidbit for you. But yeah, you just pull these out of the pack. They're already cooked, as I said. You're just more so giving them that little crispy skin to them. And then you just go on ahead and prepare these. So you just want to prepare them into small little pieces, as I'm doing here. Nice and quick, simple. You know, when it comes to this dish, it really is just about getting everything to be into little small bite sizes, because it's basically like eating a crab boil in a sense, right? It's kind of like when you go to the crab restaurants and you're eating a boil, right, with, I don't know, crab, lobster, crawfish, shrimp, you know, things of that nature. This is basically perfect for people that don't like seafood or just simply can't do seafood, right? Like, this is what this is for. And this is what it reminded me of when I first created it. I was just like, you know what? This is going to be bomb, because the spice that I'm going to show y'all that I use is already delicious and already gives me that kickoff as being kind of like a crab boil. So yeah, that's basically what this is similar to. So you just take your little sausage, cut them up nice and small, you know what I mean? Just want to get them into little pieces, nothing too crazy. And we already got the corn that, like I said, is already nice and ready to go. So yeah, you'll get this, and I'm going to show y'all how I toss it up and prepare to cook it. So what we have here is, this is my air frying basket, right? So everybody's air fryer is a little bit different. Mine is one of the bigger ones, which I love and appreciate. I have a standard Bella Pro series from Best Buy. So I cook this in the air fryer. Now, I'm sure you guys can bake this in broil and things of that nature, but I really like cooking this in the air fryer, okay? So I also know that sometimes they say don't put it aluminum foil inside of an air fryer. Baby, watch it, take care of it, make sure it ain't doing anything crazy. Even if you want to to kind of give it some ventilation, I say just poke a little bit of holes into your little foil here, and then that way, you know, it's getting that proper circulation. You don't have to, but if you're afraid about the aluminum foil, I'm not telling you that you got to use aluminum foil. I just feel like this helps it when it comes to really cooking down the potatoes especially, and then the Brussels sprouts. But the sausage is also another thing. Now, I know that I told y'all that I added avocado oil inside of here. That was just a little bit, just to kind of get it nice and tender. What you really want to use, guys, what you really want to use is you want to use some butter. If you do not have ghee butter, which is also from the cow, and it's just in a different form, it's clarified ghee butter, okay, then you can use some regular butter, salted or unsalted. It's perfect for this dish. The reason why I say butter and salted preferred is because we all know what butter tastes like. We all know butter ain't that great for you, but I feel like if you use it in doses, you know, it's cool. So something about the butter gives this dish a lot more flavor than just using like a standard avocado or olive oil or things of that nature. So I'm going to show you how I do that. I'm not going to eat this all in one sitting, so I'm just going to only air fry what I'm actually going to eat, okay? So I'll take a few of my sausages, you know, kind of like what I think I'm going to use, and that was a 4-pack. So I'm probably using about one whole sausage in one setting of this dish for myself. I'll take some potatoes, and you probably want to use like a handful, right? Like you guys want to just follow serving sizes that you're interested in, and then you just want to kind of like toss them inside of the basket as well. So we got the sausage in there, we got the potatoes in there. You know, whatever you feel is going to fill you, I think it's perfect for just like, you know, individual dishes if you're not making this for a family. Then you take the Brussels sprouts, you know, you'll put a few of those in there. You know, veggies, you can't go wrong, so put as many veggies as you like. And then you take your roasted corn. This is also already cooked and it's already roasted, but it's a perfect corn because it's good for salsa, soups, stews, pizzas, and Mexican entrees, things of that nature. I take a little bit of these and I just sprinkle. And don't worry, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like ultimately. And I know this might sound like an interesting combo. Like, dang, Bessie, why are you mixing these different things? Again, this is what was in my refrigerator, and this is what I'm making it do what it do. You hear me? So now, the interesting thing is, now that we got our Brussels sprouts and our potatoes, let's get that out the way. The signature spice here that made me try this out too was, if you go back, I'll link the review of what I did before. But the signature of it all is using this Ajika Georgian season blend. This is a new spice that's at Trader Joe's, and if you check out that review, you'll see what I think about this spice. Now, it's supposed to be known as spicy, garlicky, deeply aromatic, and savory, right? So this is the staple in here because that was also something that I wanted to use to just see, like, you know, what is it gonna taste like, okay? So you take this, and like I tell y'all, listen to your ancestors. There ain't no measurements, just listen to your ancestors. You take it and you just kind of make sure that it's evenly coated over it, because you want to make sure your little veggies and your potatoes got some oomph to it. You also use some of these Tony's here. I'm sure a lot of y'all know about Tony's. You want to go ahead and use a little bit of Tony's Creole Original, right? Put a little of that inside of it, not too much. Just a little bit, enough to give it a little flavor, a little soul. I got some black pepper here, so just put a little of that, whatever is your desire. And And then garlic powder. Guys, I am obsessed with garlic. I love garlic. You don't have to use a whole lot of this if you don't want. But I always get fresh garlic from the same store that I get the avocado oil from. And then I just refill my little container. But just put a little bit of garlic on it. You know, I put a lot of garlic because I'm a little bit crazy with garlic. You don't have to add this, but honestly, as I told y'all before, this onion salt right here is bomb, ba-bomb, ba-bomb, bomb, bomb. So, and it's not as salty. I mean, it does say that it has like 75 mg of sodium in it, but it's honestly not that salty. So you just put a little bit. You don't got to put too much because everything else already kind of got a little salt. But this isn't as salty, so that's the only reason why I'm fine with adding this in there, okay? So those are the spices that you need. Now, this final step is some butter, okay? You want to put the butter on here. You just want to put little pieces. Don't got to get crazy, but it's something about that butter. Now, normally I don't always put holes in the foil as I was telling y'all that you can do if you're a little worried about putting foil in your air fryer, because I want these buttery juices to kind of stay within the foil. But it's okay if you did, because you can also take the pan that the air fryer is in usually and you know, just kind of pour your butter juices back on there. So I don't use too much, but just enough. So I'm gonna show y'all how I did it, you know what I'm saying. So this is what it looks like, guys. It looks like that, just a nice little basket of stuff, right? So it just reminds you of the ultimate crab boil, right? This is exactly what it looks like. And you want to take it, and I kind of just close it up just a little bit, make myself feel like, and I'm sure this will probably be great on a grill if you had a grill, but if you don't, an air fryer is just as good. I kind of close it up as such, right? But there's a little bit of ventilation going on. And then I go on ahead and I put it in the air fryer. So I put this in the air fryer for, I'd say 400, because I want things to get nice and crispy in there and like have nice texture and like crunch. But 400 for about anywhere between 15-20 minutes. Just keep an eye on it, because you can determine how crispy or non-crispy you want your things to be. And that's what I do. So let's see what it looks like when it comes out the air fryer. Okay, so now we have the final product. I'll show you. I probably should have showed you before I added a little bit of cheese, but it's still very divine and interesting looking. So as you can see here, that's kind of what the final product looks like, right? And I'll show you a clip at the end as well, a little bit more close up. But as you can see, the Brussels sprouts are a bit roasted, a little crispy like I like it. The sausages are good. The cheese is there. The potatoes are ready. I should tell you that it does range. You want to do 400 on your air fryer, but based off of your air fryer, you want to determine if you want that full 15 or whatever you want. Like right now, I just checked it and I was like, okay, I'm content with the 15 minutes that was there, right? You may not need 20 minutes because 20 minutes may overly crisp your food, but it also does depend on your air fryer. For mine, it's pretty powerful. Like I said, it's the Bella Pro Series from Best Buy, and it's the bigger one. And 400 is the highest it goes, but 400 is really strong. So sometimes it's a give or take between 14 minutes, 17 minutes, whatever you want, however crispy you're wanting it, and also the amount of food that's in the basket, right? This is just a small serving, so I didn't need to keep it in that long. So that's a tip for the air fryer if you're using the air fryer. If you guys use a grill or oven, please let me know. I'm sure it varies with the amount of time and the degrees, but the air fryer makes it crispy, and that's what I love. So ultimately you take that, and I don't know, depending on how I feel, as I told y'all with the sriracha, I think today I'm going to put mostly this one because I don't think I'm really in the mood for a whole lot of spice to kick up this morning. But yeah, you just take it And you just drizzle a little on top. Not too much, just up to your preference. And that's it. That's it. So let's go on ahead and let's do a taste test. I already know what it usually tastes like, but let's see if I had it spot on with everything that I told y'all about. So you want to make sure you get like a great deal of everything on the fork. Just like I remember. So guys, it's a perfect little quick dish. I know you may say, well, why the heck would I want to mix all those things together? I'm telling you, a lot of times your surprise dishes with random shit that you got in your cabinet, in your refrigerator, are the best ones. So this is the best way to make this dish with all the ingredients that I gave you. Try it out and let me know what you think.